It's New Brew Thursday! Woo! And today we are drinking something. What are we drinking?
We're drinking Rogue Hazelnut Brown Nectar.
Hazelnut Brown Nectar. Now this is one of the few opportunities that I actually am doing a New Brew Thursday. I've never had this beer before.
Really?
Yeah.
This is one of my favorites.
One of my favorites too.
So I'm feeling a little left out. It's fine. I was still required to do the pairings.
Well, you know what? You weren't required. You kind of said, well, this is what happened. It's a hazelnut brown nectar. It's very nutty, and it's very, very malty. So
I went to Pecan Pie.
that either goes, their website says it goes well with pork or
Really?
pork or beef.
I've been porked a lot though this week. I'm kind of done with pork.
They
right
said
now.
they said it goes
won't
with
go
pork,
there.
and I when I heard that or when I read it, I was like, I know what it tastes like, and I know what pork tastes like, and I was maybe thinking, well, maybe we should try it with pork because
I think you'd get an interesting flavor off that.
Yeah.
But I've really gotten into a lot of the dessert beers. I'm going to move this over here now. I really like the concept of dessert beer, and so this sounded to me like it would go really good with pecan pie, based on what you guys were describing it as, and so
yeah,
that's what I thought.
It's really nutty. It has a really, really heavy malt finish at the end. The thing about this beer though is when I drink it, I can only drink one bottle at a time, like one bottle in a sitting.
Too sweet? Or?
Yeah, because it's not that it's high alcohol or it gets me messed up. It's
Right.
just
It
that
just starts to leave that film in your mouth.
it's just too much after a bottle. This is the perfect amount of this beer to have. So
What gets me every time is the aroma. Like, I can always smell the hazelnut. It's super
smells
powerful and it
so
smells
good.
really good.
Now I'm surprised because you posted a few beers from while you were in Georgia, and
Right.
we want to welcome Brad back.
oh, yeah, by the way, Brad's back.
There is much rejoicing.
There are many.
You missed a tick or two.
Many
It was
children
awesome.
that will be born randomly in Georgia 9 months from now, but
Awkward.
awkward. But you posted beers that you were trying there, and one of them you posted was actually one of my secret favorites. It's not one that I admit to very often, but the Leinenkugel's Fireside Met Brown.
You like that, really?
Yeah, and it's not because I think it's a good beer, because it's really kind of not.
Yeah.
But it's got, like, when I drink that beer, I feel like I'm eating a plate of pancakes.
Oh.
And so, yeah, but it's another one where you can have like one or maybe two because it's 12-ounce bottles. Leinenkugel is a brewery out of Wisconsin that gets like zero distribution out here.
Leinenkugel, they're still kind of like in my brain right now.
Well, you know what? I really, really, really liked their brewery up until I did their Sunset Wheat, which tastes like
it was
Fruity Pebbles. And I can't handle that. And
That was suggested to me by a friend in Chicago.
that's all we can get out here
It
is the
was just
Sunset
like,
Wheat. Yeah.
Aw.
And their name beer is not that good either. And then I found out they're owned by Coors Miller.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
So I was like, oh well, you're off my list altogether then. So
You're screwed.
yeah,
Except
but
for the secret favorite.
it is still it's a secret favorite. We should get back to Rogue.
Yes.
Yes.
Let's open these bottles. We're pairing it today with some pecan pie. We seem to
Victor
be
spoils.
very, very much in the theme these last few episodes of dessert, which I think is just coincidental.
Yeah, it's just kind of the beers that we'd kind of planned on, and we interjected Life and Limb at the last minute, and
Actually, the story behind the Life and Limb, we had, if you remember right, we had pork and
wow, that's a huge head.
mushrooms with the Life and Limb, mushrooms
Right.
with stuffing. That was originally supposed to be for this because, like I said, I
Right.
went to Rogue's website and it went well with pork. But it just so happened that day I got the Life and Limb, and we said, you know what, let's do the Life and Limb. And it just so happens the Life and Limb went excellent with that food too.
Yeah, but I think that the pepper with that pork would have been really bad with this beer. I'm not sure the
I think
sweetness.
it was the salt.
The
You were
salt,
complaining
the
about
salt.
in
Well,
the
yeah,
pork.
but the salt and the was like that real harsh pepper on the edge of the pork. That tastes really good, but just not with a sweet beer.
Yeah, it would overpower this.
Yeah, I'm not getting much off this beer so
I
far.
never poured mine, so. You're not getting much? What are you talking about?
I don't smell anything.
You're kidding me.
No, he's right. It might be the glasses, and it might be because that had a huge head, and we lost a lot of it.
Well, the head's gonna release whatever aroma's in there.
Right, unless it goes just.
Well, yeah,
all the
we're
way.
we're
Well,
drinking
you're
these in
right.
the wrong glass too, because not the wrong glass, but I mean shaker glasses aren't gonna do much for the aroma.
You know what? Because I know what this smells like, and
Here we go.
yeah, try it out of the
There it
bottle,
is.
dude.
Bam! There's the flavor.
There you go. smell like.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's what it's supposed to smell like.
All right.
So I don't know.
Maybe
if
I'll
this
just have to like shove this in my nose while I drink it.
I figured this would go well with a pint glass, but I don't know. I don't really know anything about.
Well,
it just
ultimately,
seems to me we need to put everything in a snifter glass.
well, not everything. Like ultimately, like I think of the 3 glasses here, John's is the only one that is appropriate because it's got the boldest side on it, the bulge there. The shaker glasses are meant for mixing hard alcohol. They were never really intended to be have beer drank out of them.
Oh, okay.
And they were only used because bars can stack them, so they're easy for storage.
I don't think a lot of people are smelling Bud Light and Coors Light.
Yeah, no one cares.
Yeah, it's not as. It's kind of when you don't have that smell with it. It kind of loses.
Yeah,
something.
I'm right now. I'm gonna say I don't like this.
Really?
Yeah.
I know what you're thinking though, because I'm kind of feeling the same way. But this is one of my favorites.
Take a deep breath while you're drinking it. Like. Doesn't it help me a little bit? No.
I've drank half my glass and I still can't find anything in here that I'm liking. I mean,
Wow.
I
Do you like yours?
Uh,
I just remember this being a lot
it's
different.
yeah.
I think you remember when we talked about movies being overhyped.
Oh no, I know. But
I'm having that moment right now.
I've had it before though, so I know like what to expect. And
Right.
it's not meeting that expectation.
If you
But
want
you
to
know-
compare it to movies, I think it's if you want to go back to Dark Knight, maybe it's like watching Dark Knight on an iPod. It's like, it's still a
Yeah.
good movie, but it's not as good as it can be. And
Right.
maybe since
The other
it's
thing
either
too-
the glass or maybe it's this batch that's.
When's
not
the last time
quite-
you drank? When's the last time you drank it?
Over a month ago.
See, because what I've experienced for myself personally is that your taste in beer changes as you drink more and more, because your palate matures
Sure.
and gets different. And
Right.
because I think right now, if I drank a Fireside Nut Brown Ale after the intense exploration that we've taken over the last 6 months,
Sorry.
no, go ahead. I don't think I'd like it.
Maybe
I think-
about 3 or 4. Maybe like 3 weeks.
Your
We'll do it for a month.
I'm sorry. Your aroma is completely gone.
Yeah,
That's weird.
it's.
I can see why.
And it might be a bad bottle of beer. We've had that happen too.
I wouldn't.
Well, how long did we just buy these?
Yeah, today. That doesn't mean they haven't been sitting on the shelf for quite a while, but.
In sunlight. No,
All right.
I don't know.
Well,
I don't know. For me, it doesn't have that sweet kind of
pie's
nuttiness that
helping.
it normally has.
Pie helps.
I know you know what you like in this beer.
Yeah.
And I know what I like in this
Yeah.
beer.
And I think that you both
I
have
think
no
it's-
clue what you're talking about.
Shut up. I think it's just lacking for some reason right now.
I don't.
Like if I had had this the first time I had this, I wouldn't have liked it. But
I think what it is
I've
for
had
me.
it a couple times and I've loved it both those times.
I think what my problem is with this so far is if you. I know you probably never saw the episode, but you remember the Moose Drool episode
Yeah.
previous to this? I like that beer, sort of. What I don't like about that beer is that you only taste the beer as it's going through your mouth. It leaves nothing behind.
Yeah, I agree.
And-
Because I tried it.
That's
when
kinda
I was
what this
drinking
is
along with
doing.
that show.
And this is kind of this is like. I like the flavor profile I'm getting off of this, but it's just not staying long enough for me to really fully appreciate it. It's like, oh, there it was. And, it's like, okay,
Yeah.
well, and the aroma, if they had more of the aroma that I'm getting out of the bottle,
Smell mine. Can you see if you can smell mine?
Oh,
while
my.
you can smell your
smell my finger.
Smell my beer.
Yeah, it's getting a little bit more off of here, and it might be because of the shape of the glass. These are not going to do anything for the aroma.
I really think this is a bad batch that we got because it's.
Well,
really,
yours might be part of a good batch.
Well, smell.
I know.
It. Smell it. Seriously, like, it's a little tweaked. It's a little different, but it's not. I don't know. I'm sad.
Can I try it?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Is it the same or?
It tastes about the same.
No.
Not like a world of difference.
Well.
Here's my thing.
Because I hyped this beer up to no end, and
I'm not going to say.
you're like wah wah wah.
Yeah, I'm not going to say I don't like this
Well, this
beer.
was the #1 contender for the kegerator.
Yeah.
Is it
Which,
still?
by the way, still needs some suggestions. Still haven't picked one yet.
Yes, they're indecisive young men.
Yeah. If you want.
And we've been on vacation, so now that we're back, we're super thirsty.
All right.
So we're going to extend it out one more week.
Maybe one or two, just because we need to get basically as many suggestions as possible. and we're not in any kind of a rush unless you are.
No, well, I haven't even tried a single one of the suggestions yet, so I need to try them before I decide.
Okay.
So.
So you want to give it a week?
At least. Yeah.
All right, we're going to give it another week. If anyone has any suggestions, it's the Kohlenberg Keg Contest. You can check it out on our blog at newbrewthursday.com.
Not trying to eat your pie here, dude.
Yeah, you are.
But whatever keg he chooses for his keg of beer, you get something.
You get it.
We're getting you a bottle of
that
whatever beer it is, as long as you can prove that you're over 21 and you live in a state that we can ship beer to.
And then maybe some other goodies. Maybe another bottle of beer on top of that you've never had that we have that you might want.
And if you don't live in a state that allows us to ship beer, then you get our thanks.
You can still
I found out there's a lot of states that don't allow that.
Oh, yeah.
I was surprised.
Quite a few.
Yeah.
So, but you know what? Here's my thing. I think most people who know me know that I don't dislike Rogue as a brewery.
Yeah.
I just have never had anything by Rogue that stands out in my mind as being like, wow.
They're underwhelming.
Yeah, they're all very good beers. They're just not standout beers.
Yeah, I swear something's wrong.
No, I totally agree. You're not alone. Something is wrong.
Even my helper at work, he came in and he's like, dude, have you tried that Rogue Hazelnut Brown? I'm like, yes, it's so good. He's like, I know. It's like, it's usually so much more flavorful.
Yeah.
You can, I can open the bottle and smell it already.
Yeah, I bought a bottle. I liked it so much. I bought another one just from my room. I'm like, you got to try this.
Yeah. Something
Turned around.
Something weird. I don't know, but.
And I don't think it's just because my palate matured over 3 weeks.
3 weeks. You never know, dude. You drank a lot of beer in Georgia, apparently.
The Angel Share.
There was some good beer there.
Well, see, that's another problem,
hospital.
is that we've been drinking some really powerful beers lately. Life and Limb, Angel Share, all of those are huge flavor profile beers.
Yeah.
I mean, you're getting so much flavor out of those beers, and this is just not going to compete with that at all. So, I mean, that plays a part in it, too.
I like how our pie is just merging.
Yeah.
It's like a big pile of goo. We haven't even talked about the pie.
Piles of goo coming up again.
The pie is what is making
so
this beer
gooey.
go down as fast as it's going for me.
You know, and the pie, I don't even like the pie.
You don't?
I like Costco pecan pie over this pie.
Yeah, you know what? This was kind of I rushed through like a Polly's Pies on my way here. And
But
I'm
I
not a big
know
fan of
I've
them.
been to Polly's before, and they make good pie.
Yeah, I'm not thrilled with this pie there. This is a bad night, but you know what? It happens.
This night's a fail, dude.
Yeah, it happens though. You know, I mean, that's all part of the beer exploration, in my opinion, is that you're not going to love every beer you drink. It's just not going to happen. Some beers you're going to love, some beers you're going to like, and some beers you're going to look at and go, if I ever see this in my house again, I will kill whoever brought it. And I don't think this falls into that category.
No. This is a beer. I think you should give it another shot.
Here.
Honestly, because it's good. It's just not good right now.
Yeah, I mean, if it tasted the same, and you and I were like, yeah, it tastes great, and you were like, no, this is horrible, I would understand.
Well,
But
yeah,
we're
and
all like,
that's
this
what's
isn't
funny is
normal.
that, like, when I was thinking, I'm thinking like, wow, as much as you guys have talked this up, I can't say these next words. Like, I so didn't even want to say it. I was like, oh, I got to find something good about this beer. And I'm like, yeah, I just don't like it. So, but I mean, it's not stopping me from.
Man, I was so looking forward to having
Yeah,
this
and
too.
I think what it is, like, it's not stopping me from drinking it. I'm not turned off by the beer. I think what it is it just doesn't meet the expectations of what you guys were putting in front of me with it.
But I still think that expectation can be met because something's wrong.
Because the next time your expectations will be super low.
Yeah.
Then you try it, and it'll be
You're
awesome.
like, woohoo! So what we're saying is that life is about lowered expectations.
Now that you've tasted this, how do you think it would taste with the pork? From the Life and Limb episode?
The Life and Limb, you wouldn't even taste the beer. All you taste is pork.
Yeah.
This doesn't have nearly the flavor profile to compete with that at all.
Okay.
Well, as is with all things, an exploration does have some pitfalls, and I wouldn't say that this is necessarily a pitfall because I've had some pitfall beers, and wow,
It's not a drain pour.
it is not a drain pour. I wouldn't even say it's a C. I would put this in a B category.
I still put it at an A, but I speak from past experience.
experience,
with this
Yeah.
beer.
If I were to do that, I would do the same. But
I'm gonna say that the flavor that I'm getting is it tastes very good. It just does not stay around. It has no aroma to build it up, and in the end, the mouthfeel is almost like water.
Yeah. I was gonna say that.
Yeah.
The drinkability is water with some flavor.
I feel like I'm drinking
I think
power
because
power
my
waters.
past experiences, my expectation was high as well. So I would have said a C. But that's just because. But normally, like,
I'm trying
had
to
I
be
not
nice.
just had this drink, I would have said, oh yeah, Rogue Hazelnut, Brown Nectar, A+. I love that beer.
Craft beers hit that wall where it's like, if you're not excellent, then you're not gonna be with the guys that are, you know, really setting the bar.
Right. Because there's already giant companies that do the not excellent.
Right.
You can't compete with that.
Exactly.
You can only compete with that if you have something above that.
So that's my
I
take
don't
on
think
it.
they need to really achieve excellence, but something that
They need to stand out in some way,
something
shape,
that
or form.
is at least on par with the rest of the beers out there, and I think this is definitely on par. The past experience has been above par. I think it's a very unique beer. Like from what I've had before, it is really unique because, not that I've had a whole lot of beer, but
Like, if I wouldn't call this a dessert beer, and it is, but like from what I've been drinking right
Yeah,
now,
this
isn't a dessert
basically
beer.
tastes like a dull brown ale to me.
yeah.
Whereas normally it's way too sweet, and I'm like, ugh.
Right.
I really think this batch of beer is just
I'm gonna accept it because I trust your guys' opinion.
honestly though, if you're reacting so badly to this, I'm not even gonna.
I'll put it this way. If
I don't want you to try it again because I just think you're not gonna like it.
well, no, here's my thing. If I had bought this just on my own, just kind of like trying a new beer on my own, and I drank it, I would never buy this again ever.
Yeah.
Like it just doesn't. It's like okay, and that's it.
Because that's the opposite. I was like, wow, I should try it. When I first tried this, I was like, I should try the rest of the Rogue beers because this
Yeah.
one was awesome.
It's really wild. I never noticed this. They actually give the breakdown of everything that's in this beer.
Not only that, they give you
The entire recipe. I could brew this beer off of this batch.
I wish I could give you back the time in your life that you wasted in watching this.
No way, we didn't do anything bad here. I mean, we reacted to the beer.
Yeah, no, and this is
This
the
was the
point.
reaction.
Yeah, this is the point. And you might
do you
really like
want?
this beer. I really doubt you will.
Oh, you will. As long as you don't get this batch.
Okay, I'm gonna say try the beer. My recommendation is to try it.
What do these cost? They're like $5 a piece.
And give
$5
us
or $6.
feedback. See what people think, you know?
You know, I think it's.
Let us
a
know
really
what you think of it. Maybe people out there like I'm sure there's a lot of avid followers of this beer, especially if they have the same reaction you guys did. Honestly, maybe it is just a bad batch. I don't know. This beer didn't really meet us tonight, and that sucks. But
didn't
try it
meet-
out.
it didn't
Try it out
meet
for
our-
yourself. See if you like it. Maybe it's just us. Let us know. In the end, though, as always, craft beer is an exploration.
Yep.
Part of the fun, part of the enjoyment is that exploration. And while you're exploring, stay safe and drink beer.